Look, we're stuck in the system, we can't get out. It's time for a change, stop running your mouth. I'm looking for words, but I can't get it out. Look for the light, but the sun blotted out.
Hold on, let me hop on the beat. Cause social injustice and prisoner mindset is something we gotta defeat. We idle these hoes and wear all these clothes with shoes that can't be creased. Steady looking for substance and change, but we searching all up in these streets.
Got a stain on my shirt that I can't get out. My people on high like the top of the mount. We thirsting for truth, but there's no spout. Look for a savior, but no one around.
But no one's around, but where do they look? It ain't in the church, it ain't in the book. We can't get a job, so we rather crook. They got us in chains, a fish on the hood.
Look, harvesting our bodies, harvesting our organs. Got them real big mad, cause they culture boring. Pimping the poor, Jim Crow at the door, selling our souls, our daughters a whore. I wanna give in, can't take it no more, don't wanna believe our people are more.
We swept our cup when we look at decline. We got a new bottle, it's filled with...
Hello, all my Macam people. Welcome to another Macam Make a Culture Move podcast, where we cover everything from intense social topics to funny social trends. We're your host, Mark Jonathan.
Aja.
AJ.
And Tone.
And as always, we have a wonderful podcast for you all. But if we can have our brief disclaimer, which I'll go ahead and do. If you guys haven't tapped into our podcast, you feel me, we discuss everything and very intense social topics and funny social trends. And all we ask is that you do not hold our organization accountable. These are just the words from our people. I definitely want to make sure that you guys understand that this is just conversation, and with conversation, you guys are also allowed to talk to us. So if you want to talk on this platform, if you want to message our page directly, whatever the case may be, do so, but please do not come and attack because we fight back. All right. So boom, to start off today, first off, how's everybody doing? Let's check in.
Shoot, I'll start. I'm doing good. You know what I mean? It's Friday, so like, let's get it started. Friday, you know what that means. Like, the weekend's ready. Lunch in tomorrow, so yeah, tap in.
Yep. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. Today, not a good day for me. Today, my big brother's birthday, and he died not too long ago. So, like, little mixed emotions and stuff like that. But I am excited for the luncheon, though. That shit's gonna be tight, though. So I can't wait to see how the play turns out and all that. And then, yeah.
Aja.
I'm I'm doing good. I'm a little tired, but I'm doing good.
Heard you, and I'm chilling as always. Can't really complain. You feel me? I won't complain. And yeah, excited to be here with y'all though. So, boom. All right. So, as always, we're gonna go ahead and kick it off with Aja's portion. We got our Black affirmations. Go ahead and give it to us, please.
So today I kind of just wanted to emphasize the importance of knowing yourself, and not just, physically what you like to wear, what you like, how you like to have your hair, just different, actual physical stuff like that. It's important to know who you are mentally and what type of things kind of throw you off, or what type of things you enjoy outside of, like I said, physical stuff. Knowing if you like to read, knowing if you, as far as like religion, just different things like that, getting to know who you truly are so that you don't lose yourself in all the different, things of the world and in the world and things like that. So just getting to know yourself in every aspect that there is of that statement. So, yeah.
I like that. Definitely getting to know yourself. I appreciate that for sure. All right, we're gonna go ahead, transfer over to my segment. Give me one quick second. For my first one for you all today is, which one did I want to do? My bad, y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh, and I gotta sneeze. I lost it.
Mark, check the private chat.
Okay. Thank you, thank you. Hey, that's why you got a team. You feel me? That's why you got a team. So boom. So our first one is the unique historical database. So the Black Male Archives. And again, this is all on blacknews.com. Basically, it's an archive of multiple black male that have achieved that have achieved great excellence. So things like inventors, people that solved crazy problems, built certain things that we use to this very day. So it's just an archive of basically everything that was black invented, black solved, etc., etc. So definitely go check that out. And then at HBCU Prep School is on a mission to educate children of color. So I've always liked the idea of historical Black College University. Um, but you know, I also believe in starting younger with that. You feel me? So there are a lot of schools that are like a majority Black, you could say. But under the title of having it being like historically Black is a different concept. And, having that from elementary to college would be definitely something I'd tap into, you feel me? Or I'd want my kids to tap into, et cetera, et cetera. So how you feel about either one of those?
Me personally, you know what I mean. I support all of that. I think it depends on the person. I think a lot of people, you know, they're more willing to go in that lane of like, hey, like I wanted to be like, around people I'm comfortable with, around people, who might understand me better, and that's definitely 100%, and that's the biggest thing with that is I appreciate the fact that when you go in that environment, you have like teachers and stuff that like would care about you. You know what I mean? You have coaches and all of that that would probably care about you or be able to relate to you, and probably one day they were in your shoes, so you know that they can count on you to actually come to them rather than just ignoring them as a whole. So I think that's a good thing.
100.
Yeah, I think it's important for you to I mean, it's important to learn how to like be taught and to be around other races and other people and stuff. But I think like it's more powerful when people that like look like you and probably understand you, like you was saying, teach you, because then it's easier for you to receive it. Because when other people say, you be like, man, it's easy for him to say that because he probably had all that. But when it's
Mhm.
somebody that looks like you, it's more powerful. That's why like representation on TV or just anything of yourself, that shit's real powerful from a little kid standpoint, basically.
100. Great facts. Anything else? All right, I definitely appreciate y'all. So boom. I says G is lagging, you feel me? So she not able to give her entertainment portion. But real quick, oh, hold on, we'll go to hood politics and then controversy, and then I got a little. Oh,
No, we got sports first
who doing
after
that?
entertainment.
You doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, my fault, big dog. All right, so boom, we gonna go ahead and jump into our sports. You feel me? I actually got something I want to say about this, but you go ahead first.
All right. So you know what I mean? I feel like everybody, like the elephant in the room, like the Broncos just got a new quarterback, Russell Wilson. He's for the second time, or like for the first time really in history, the Broncos went from black starting quarterback to black starting quarterback. They went from Teddy Bridgewater to Russell Wilson. People don't realize that, but that was like a thing. So with Russell Wilson and Sierra coming into town, I wonder how do y'all think about it? Because personally, for me, like I love it. Like I'm not a Broncos fan, but I think that just the environment is about to change, and especially just overall, like I appreciate the fact that they wanted to come here, and that it'll probably help out the city more than even like the Peyton Manning era, just because like it brings culture, it brings like originality. Like Russell Wilson's like a type of dude. He's like one Walter Payton Man of the Year, so it's like he's in the communities. Like he's not like just out here like fraud. Like you know what I mean? Like hey, I'm big timer. Like so, what y'all think?
I think it's hypnotic, supersonic. No, I'm just playing. But hey, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people don't know though. You know, Colorado Broncos. made history because they was the first person to start a black quarterback in the NFL back in the day.
You said
So
what,
that's
bro?
it. That Denver actually made history back in the day because they was the first team in the NFL to start a black quarterback back in the 60s. And so that shit is raw. But yeah, I like it because I feel like when you have like big athletes like that and big stars like Sierra and all that, when they come to Denver or like when they come to your city, that brings other stars to want to come to your city or like do stuff like that. And I always feel like exposure is real important. So like you never know. I never wanted to go to a Broncos game, but now I do because you don't know who you're gonna see at the Broncos games now. So that's my take on it.
Real talk. I mean, sure. I like Russell Westbrook, not only as a quarterback, but as a person, kind of
You said
way.
Westbrook.
Westbrook.
Oh yeah, my fault. Russell Wilson. I actually despise Russell Westbrook right now, boy. I don't even. But yeah, Russell Wilson. You feel me? I definitely like him as a quarterback, and even more so as a person. You feel me? Definitely had solid years throughout the year, and I'm excited for the Broncos. I'm not really a Bronco fan, but I'm definitely excited for him. I want to hear what Aja gotta say. What you gotta say?
I mean, I don't watch football really at all. I watch basketball more than football. Even with that, I don't know no players. I know who he is because of Sierra, but I mean, I don't live down here no more. So I'm happy for y'all, but like I said, I don't live down here, so it's not gonna make a huge difference for me. But I mean, it's still a good opportunity for the Broncos, of course. But
What
like
you
I
feel
said,
about Sierra?
I love
You know,
Sierra. So
like she's moving to Denver. Her whole family, her whole thing is everybody's relocating. So when I look at it, at least like I feel like if my favorite like rapper, if my favorite artist, or just somebody that I liked in general moved here, like I'd have like that energy of like, yo, like not saying that because you don't live here anymore, but like just hey, you might be out in the grocery store and see him. Like you never
I was
know.
thinking about that, but that's in my opinion, that's very, very, very unlikely unless she intentionally went to like, because I don't really, when I'm out here, I don't be nowhere but Denver. Like I don't really be out there. Not many famous people live in Denver, to my knowledge. So I mean, it's cool, but like I said, there's a lot of famous people that live out here that you will never see. So I mean, it's cool, like I said, but it's a 1 in a million chance to ever see her for real.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, I do love Sierra. I love her music. I like who she is and what she represents and stuff like that. But it don't really make or break me to a certain extent, if that makes
Got
sense.
you.
So
I say that.
If I see Sierra in public, we gonna have to get a dance session on. You gonna have to get something crazy.
I say that because like me personally, like it's like if I go somewhere like downtown, like I used to work downtown, if I go somewhere downtown, like 9 times out of 10, like maybe 50, 60, 70% of the time, I'm gonna see somebody that's famous. Like I done ran into Melo, like Trailblazers, Grizzlies, like Nuggets, all of them. So it's just like me personally, like you never know who you gonna see. Like I done ran into like the Broncos, Talib, Brandon Marshall, like after they won the Super Bowl, like at a concert. So it's just you never know in that atmosphere, and especially when you have a winning atmosphere. That's the way I take on it. So it's cool,
yeah,
I think,
I can
because
see
I
that.
respect what they do more
That's
than
the thing.
anything.
I don't really be out though, too. Like I'm 90% of the time in the house. So
Yeah.
I've met Peyton Manning because the Broncos came to my school, but at the time I didn't really know who he was for real. So I mean, I was like, oh hey, the Broncos is here, but it wasn't like a big old thing to me. But yeah, I could see that. It just depends, if you're really out in public. And like I said, I'm not really out in public. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You got to be out there.
Did you have another thing, bro, or not?
Nah, we good. We good to hood politics.
100. Real quick though, you feel me on this sports
we got to do
conversation?
the entertainment, huh?
Yeah, but real quick though, before we jump, so that whole Brittany Griner, Brittany Griner, right?
Oh, that shit is crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
Brittany
Lil.
Griner.
Yeah, bro.
That shit is crazy. Hey, if it was a white
No.
woman straight up, it would have been way different. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be honest on that one.
Nah, but I had seen this take. Now you're definitely speaking facts, but I had seen this post. It was like, had this been like a NBA superstar instead of a WNBA superstar, we would have made much bigger noise about it. You feel me? Like, had this been Steph Curry that got popped for having a weak cartridge, you feel me? Like, we definitely would have been like, oh nah, let's go ahead and go get him out of there. But because it's a WNBA player and she's, you know, respected in her own right. You feel me? In both the league over there in Russia and in the WNBA. But I just seen a lot of people saying we'd make a lot more of an uproar had she been an NBA superstar instead of a WNBA superstar.
Yeah, you know what I think about it? I think about like the president and you know what we going through. And like I feel like not even like saying nothing about Joe Biden, but if Donald Trump was in office, I remember straight up like D'Angelo and the balls, they was over in China stealing, and Trump was like, "All right, I got you." You know what I mean? Like Trump got him back home safe, and so
He freed
it's
Kodak.
crazy how like in that situation, some kids that ain't even in the NBA, like they college kids, like they literally got in trouble, and like Trump was able to like pull them back, but like all of a sudden, like our government just went quiet over her, so it's crazy about that.
That's just because Trump knows how to make himself like headliner. He know how to like he know how to sell himself. It may not have. I mean, he still did it, but he just know how to sell himself. Biden old and he about to die, bro. That's why he ain't doing shit. He forget every day what's going on in the world, and they got to remind him.
That's crazy.
Hey man, hey, you might be right because he probably don't even know who she is.
But see, I think the reason why they doing her so dirty out there is because you know Russian they fucking they arrest gay people. You know it's illegal to be gay in Russia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, nah, it's illegal to be gay in Russia. Putin hates gay people, and she a big ass dyke. So not only, you know what I'm saying, not only that, she American, she a dyke, and Putin like 5'2" and she like 6 something. So he already like, you know what I'm saying, this Neanderthal ass female. But so that shit's just fucked up and all. She just in a bad situation. But where the hell is the WNBA? Like people trying to help her out and all that shit.
I mean, there's not much they can do legally, like besides support her, like either financially or just like overall mentally. Like they can't really like step into it. Like it's a political thing. So like it has to be like a politician or like somebody of that nature, just willing to like communicate with like Russia on that hand, versus just just not being like able to communicate. Because if the WNBA was like, hey, like we want to like see how we can try to get her out, they can't do anything. But if it was a politician, they might be able to bargain, do anything like that that gets her back home or at least away from like the jail cell. So
yeah, that's fucked up.
Real. I appreciate y'all. Let's go ahead and jump into our hood politics. And then we got controversy next.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet like I always do. Let's see. Really, I just wanted to talk about because like too many people think like being real, you have to like be in the streets or you have to be like a shooter. You got to be a drug dealer. You got to be like a gangster in a gang. You got to do certain shit like that people portray as real. Well, I mean, in my area where I grew up and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, I know a lot of people who work a 9 to 5 who ain't even really with all that. They with the shit, like they real, they'll ride and all that, but they not like with all that extra bullshit that it come with. You know what I'm saying? They stick to themselves, take care of their family, and then if it come down to it, they ready to do what they got to do. So that was my biggest thing is like a lot of these youth is getting raised up to think that like you're not real unless you know what I'm saying, you getting a lot of money. You're not real. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna ever tell you it's okay to be broke as hell, nah. But you know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't got all the women on you, you're not real. If you ain't willing to bust a gun, because I'll tell you like this, I know just because you're not willing to kill somebody doesn't mean you're not a real person. You know what I'm saying? That's not in everybody. I had a conversation with somebody the other day about this, talking about like, because I was saying like I feel like killing's in everybody. Everybody has that ability to do that. But then I thought about it and I'm like, actually, I take that back because that's not in everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people just are not built like that, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was just the biggest thing. I be like having a problem with trying to show my, like, even the little homies or little bros, my family and shit. Like, you ain't gotta like be in the streets or do crazy shit in order for you to be real. Like, you could just be yourself, even if it's like, even if you just like, I don't know, planting daisies. You know what I'm saying? That's you, I guess. You know, it may not be what most men do, but I guess you a flower dude. You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself. So that's my biggest thing to people, is just like stop allowing the environment that we in to dictate how we feel like we need to be it, like, real and all that shit. Cause a lot of that shit really ain't real. And really, for real, everybody's definition of real is different. That's what I realized. Like, what my definition of real is might be different than somebody else. So while I'm over here feeling like, oh, that ain't no real shit, they probably over there like, it's the realest shit ever. So
Right.
that's just it's a touchy subject, but you know, it's something that really do need to be discussed though, because I'm tired of people leading little bros. Because even me, I was led astray by that shit too. Like, growing up, rest in peace, my big brother. I used to think that, you know what I'm saying, hitting licks and coming back with like 50 bands or coming back with a gang of drugs, that was real to me. I'm like, shit, that's some real ass shit. But now that I'm older, I'm like, bro, that shit don't mean nothing. Because when you dead, you can't take it. He didn't leave nothing to his, his son, unfortunately, with it. So it's like, man, that shit it's just not worth it. So how y'all feel about that? What y'all think about that?
Me personally, I think you hit it on the nail. Like, I feel like you don't gotta please nobody to be real. Like, you gotta understand and mentally be real with yourself. If you understand that, then you can conquer anything. Like you said, if you like flowers, like, and you want to plant flowers, you can plant flowers. Like, you don't have to be in the media or in the eyes of everybody else just because that's what they think is popping or that's what they think is popular. So I think that a lot of the times we go off and we try to please others, but we really got to find our own happiness in itself, and not be embarrassed when people like look at it and like they judge it, because if that's your happiness, that's your happiness. If they don't like it, they ain't gotta like it. And as far as I'm concerned, if they don't like it and they don't respect it, you know what I mean, you ain't gotta like it, but you gotta respect it. So if you don't like it and you don't respect it, then you're not respecting me, and you can go. So what y'all think, Mark, Aja?
I mean, I agree. I feel like that is more of like a social acceptance type of thing, especially within my age group. I feel like a lot of people look to other people to want or to deem them almost as real. So, knowing, like y'all keep saying, what you like and who you are should be the only factor or determining factor that lets you know if you're real or not. It shouldn't have to do with nothing that nobody else is saying, or what they think is real, and then so you're acting how they, all that. It shouldn't be like a runaround type of situation. It should be who you feel like you are individually and what your morals and values and stuff like that are to you, and then you upholding those morals and values or whatever. But it shouldn't be bigger than bigger than an internal type of situation, I feel.
Oh man, that's real.
I mean, 100% sure. I started saying often, I'm the coolest square in Colorado. Like, hey, I don't be trying to be in nothing. I stay out the way, stay to my job, et cetera, man. I don't be trying to, I don't know, man. Like peer pressure is a mug, you feel me? Especially when you don't really got like the mindset to be able to say no sometimes and da da da, you feel me? And like Tone said, those influences, like I did oftentimes let my perception of what I thought a man was dictate a lot of my decisions. But I'm to the point right now where it's like, hey, I'm my own man. Any mistakes I make are gonna be mine and mine alone. And that's that. So I just stay out the way and stay to my work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hey, that brought up a good point though, both of you, and because like think about how many. I know me personally, I used to deal with this shit too. Like when I would be like, "Fuck, I don't want to do that shit," and then I'll be like, "I can't do that shit because I wouldn't be real if I didn't do that shit." Really though, I should have stuck to what I was feeling myself
Mhm.
and went with my gut. But a lot of a lot of people be in that situation. Like I know a lot of people in jail right now don't want to be there, but they're there because, like you said, with their perception, like I was just said, perception of what is real to other people, they went and either had to pull the gun out and shoot somebody or do something like that. When all that situation could just be de-escalated or just walked away from. But you have to be real in other people's eyes because if you would have walked away, they'd have been like, "Oh, he a bitch," or "Oh, he is scared." Like, nah, bro, I got more to live for than for you. You're
Mhm.
not worth 25 to life to me. So let me go ahead
Right.
and just walk away from the situation. That shit is crazy.
100. All right, boom. Appreciate y'all. Now we're gonna jump into Mr. Shade Room. What you got? What you got?
Some simple stuff today. It's the 18th of March, so everybody knows what yesterday was, St. Patrick's Day. I'm not Irish. I could care less about it. But overall, it's just a cool thing because my birthday's in March, so like, with the green's one of my favorite colors. So like, I do like appreciate, just the green thing, like the theme and all that. But as far as everything else go, which I think about it, because I think like one thing is like not in our culture, quote unquote, to like St. Patrick's Day or like just participate overall. But I feel like sometimes like we either do or we don't, and so that brings on that energy of like, okay, well, like I do this year, but then next year is like, oh well, like it ain't really for me anyway. So which I think.
Well, I grew up a Jehovah Witness, so we don't celebrate no holidays, but they make us study about the reason why we don't celebrate holidays. And if you really understand the history behind St. Patrick's Day, then you will understand why that shit's like a fucked up holiday. Because really, what it was like all the Irish people that went and killed every other race that wasn't Irish in Ireland, but they were like pygmy races, like little people out there, and that's why they called them the little leprechauns and shit like that. It's crazy, bro. Like the history of where that shit came from is really like some like genocide type shit. So like that's why my grandma used to be like, we don't celebrate it. But now that I'm older, I don't give a fuck. It's like it's another day to like. I don't look at holidays no more like holidays. I look at it as like it's either they gonna give us the day off, it's gonna be a good day to turn up, or you know what I'm saying, just chill with people.
100. This the holiday where like if you ain't wearing green, they get to pinch you or something. Right? Yeah, I never received that well because I ain't even like being touched. So it was like, why would I let you pinch me because I'm not wearing a color? Like, I don't know. I never really, it was, I don't know. Yeah. But to what Tom was saying, you feel me? Like, I started to realize a couple holidays are like that. Like, even Thanksgiving Day, like, I understand it's a day where we give thanks supposedly, but like the origins behind that is like Tone said, like genocide and all that. So I never knew about St. Patrick's Day origin, but I mean, hey, yeah, I don't like to be touched, so I never really celebrated it.
Exactly. And nowadays with our generation, if you say some shit, some smart shit like that, they be like, shut your ass up. Don't nobody care about what it was started over. We
I'm saying,
the homies be like, we're going to the club tonight. Like, nah, bro. Come on, man.
I'm saying.
It's really just another day. At the end of the day, it's March 17th. That's what I look at it. What about you, Isaac?
I mean, I never really knew the full history to St. Patrick's Day. I just know that, growing up in school, especially like elementary and middle school, I don't know if it was heavily pushed in middle school, but I know for a fact elementary school, you had them little crayons and the little cutouts of leprechauns, and you had the little pots of gold and stuff like that. So as a kid, I was like, okay, cool, it's St. Patrick's Day. But, growing up, it doesn't really mean much to me. There's not really a whole bunch of holidays that really resonate to me too much, I guess you could say. So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't celebrated St. Patrick's Day since probably elementary, middle school. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like y'all keep saying it's just another day, pretty much.
And to think about it that way, like me personally, like when I think about like things and ways to get creative, like I think about like, okay, like what's today? Like is today like a holiday theme? Like can we do something around it? So I agree with you on that standpoint. Like sometimes you just like it's really another day, but like I'll use the pot of gold and the leprechaun and the rain or however you want to put it. It's not rainbows, no rainbows in it, but
No, it is rainbows.
clovers and stuff. There is rainbows.
Rainbows going into the pots of gold, right?
I always think about Lucky Charms, so that's what I was like. But like nah, so yeah, I just think about it like that, and like I'm like okay, like well let's do a coloring book on like rainbows or like pots of gold and 4-leaf clovers. So I would never really think about it like in a bigger situation. So
yeah, and realistically, going with what Tone said as far as what the actual history is, like he kept saying too, that is kind of messed up, especially to teach it to kids and not give them the full backstory, but tell them we're going to be drawing and coloring leprechauns and stuff. That's kind of iffy. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just
like Mark was saying too, it's the same thing with the turkeys. They give you the turkeys on the around like Thanksgiving and stuff, and like you really like they teach you about the pilgrims and stuff, and they give you a small like little glimpse of it, but they don't really give you like the whole glimpse of like how it was almost a genocide and like how they tried to kill off the race and like them bringing diseases over here, like killing off Indian races and cultures and all of that stuff. They don't give you that, but that's pretty much what every American holiday now, unless it's like I wouldn't say President's Day, but what Veterans Day is, and like what Christmas is if you're religious. So you just have to like take it for what it is, however you want to take it. So
100. All right, appreciate y'all. We're gonna go ahead and jump into our main topic of the day. It means y'all can see from our title of today's episode, we have male versus female ego. How intimate relationships can ruin friendships and family relationships. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and kick us off with this one.
Well, I'll go ahead and say something since I'm the one with the children and shit. You know what
Hey,
I'm
do
saying?
your thing, cuz.
But hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I'm how could I say your ego does play a big part in like will ego be the same thing as like your pride? Is that the same shit? Basically. Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie, like in my relationships, a lot of it fucked up though, because like I didn't know how to decipher how to keep each relationship in its own area. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to pay respect to each part, like your friendships, your family, and your relationship with the person you with. And I'm a firm believer that like you never forget who's always been there. But like when you trying to, now I'm starting to get older, I realize when you're trying to build something with somebody, like in the Bible, it says like you become one accord. So you no longer moving just how you move. You moving like with the thoughts of the other person that you with. And I never moved like that. I always moved with how I felt. Like it's either my way or the highway. That's how I've always been. So I know that that shit could play a big part in ruining your relationships, because like a lot of the time I would be doing the most for my family or for the little homies and shit like that. But then my girl would tell me that I need to stop doing that shit, or I need to stop doing this because it's stressing me out and shit. And then I would feel like, well, you don't really know who I am, because this is who I am. Like this is my family and everybody is everything to me. So you got to learn how to like separate the two. You know what I'm saying? Like understand that you can still be there for your family, but they need to respect you too and be like, well, I'm trying to create my own family type shit.
Well, shit, exactly. I mean, I couldn't have said it better yourself, or myself. I think the biggest thing is, we got limited time, and if you're gonna have a relationship, you feel me? I think
Put it back, okay?
Oh, this is a good question. You feel me? I don't know. I feel like, breaking your time up where everybody still feels, loved, etc., is the best route to go, especially if you're trying to be in a stable and committed relationship. Um, definitely just understanding how to, kind of separate or decipher what Tom was saying, like that kind of love and affection and time. Because for me, time is my most valuable resource. So, like, whenever I start to feel like I'm wasting my time, is where I start getting a little, I wouldn't say toxic, but I start getting like just more so to myself because I don't know. I don't like having my time wasted. And I feel like it probably has a big deal with my ego or my pride. But I don't know. Whenever I start to feel like I'm giving 51 out of that 100, then it's already too much. You feel me? I don't know. Like, that's just who I am. I can't help it.
That
I think
51 is small, quick, short fuse.
Hey, it should be 50-50. I'm telling you, as soon as I start going 51, yeah, I can't. I gotta skedaddle.
I think the biggest thing with that, and you know what I mean, that's like the ego part. You know, when you talk about egos and stuff, people got big egos. So like when you think about relationships, then you talking about okay, you involving somebody else's relationship or like somebody else's life with your ego. So now you gotta involve your ego, your relationship, and your family. They got their own personality, their own ego, their own, you know, culture or like however you want to say ego, and just like characteristics. So now you putting all of these things together and you're waiting for an explosion to happen, really, because like let's be honest, like who hasn't seen like dysfunctional families and relationships and you know you might be a girl and you bring a dude or like you might be a dude and you bring a girl and like literally like you have that girl or you have like that girl show up to your whole like birthday party or your brother's birthday party and like all hell breaks loose because your sister don't like her and now there's so much egos involved in the whole situation and it's like hey like who do I side with who do you side with like a lot of the times you side with your girlfriend in that situation but if it wasn't like your girlfriend or whatever then now you got to deal with your sister you know and so it's just like how do you control like that ego and like hey like it ain't really all that like how do you got to be able to trust that person and if you can't trust that person with your family then I think that you shouldn't even be with them like I mean you do have that learning phase but at the same time like you just got to be able to control it and just be able to trust I don't know so what y'all think about the trust situation
I
y'all think
mean,
it's about trust.
I don't trust nobody.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, it's difficult because I feel like even once you reach a certain age, your family has to trust you to be able to make certain decisions. And so, with me being 18, finna be 19, I feel like a little bit in that phase to where I'm still trying to get to do more, but allow my parents to see me as growing up and see me as getting older and see me as being able to be in a position, air quotes, to be, in a position to be able to do more and stuff like that. Um, but I mean, I do agree. It's because, okay, this goes kind of to what G was asking. Could y'all be with someone your family doesn't like and vice versa? To me, I feel like it just depends on how serious the relationship is. If I don't really plan on being with somebody and we just kind of kicking it, just kind of cool, whatever, but that's still my boyfriend, whatever, I don't know. If I don't see it going nowhere, then maybe for a little minute. But if I truly want to marry this person and start a family with this person, then no, because I don't want no, like Aaron was saying, type of birthday issues or, just different stuff like that. I want kind of a cookie cutter lifestyle to where we can be able to be around each other and kick it and laugh and joke and, all that stuff to where it's not no issue. So, I mean, I don't know. It just depends on, in my opinion, it depends on how serious a relationship is.
Yeah, I think with me, like I was saying, you got like a 6 to a year probationary period with me, like you know what I mean. Like during that 6 to like years, you might not you might not like it, but like I'm just testing the waters, you know what I mean? I'm just testing to see how you are, like how reactive you are. Like, are you in situations that put me at harm or put my family at harm? You know, like we were talking about it the other day. You don't want to like have somebody be in a relationship with somebody, and then like next thing you know, you didn't took them to your mama's house, your grandma's house, like whoever's house, and next thing you know, they knocking on the door like, hey, you know, I know where your grandma live, I know where your mom live, like, you know, you did me wrong or you did this to me. Like, we out here and now you got like clothes burning in the streets and stuff. Like, I done seen it all. Like, like not me personally, but just surroundings. So like when I see it surroundings, I'm like, oh yeah, like we can't go that route. So
Me personally, see, I was raised differently. I raised by myself and I was in the streets and shit. So I give a fuck whether my family like the person I'm fucking with. I'm fucking with that person. You know what I'm saying? And y'all both gonna keep it cordial. Y'all may not like each other or whatever, but y'all gonna keep it cordial or I'm gonna get involved. That's how I've always been with all my relationships. Like, you not dating me. Now, because you dating me, you're gonna have respect for my family and shit. Because my family's wild though. Like, my mama stole shit from people I fucked with. My mama done call them bitches, hoes, and all for no reason. Just meant like, who's this bitch? And I'll be like, yeah, mama, you know what I'm saying? I told you about her. Yeah. But so like I don't expect people because I don't even like my family all the way. Like I love them, but I don't like them all the way like that. I got a dysfunctional family. So like how could I expect my dysfunctional family to like who I like and they don't even really like me like that? So that's why, but at the same time though, I was always told growing up, if you marry somebody, you always look at their family because you marrying their family too. So, and that I didn't understand that when I was younger, but now that I'm older, now I look at all that shit. I'd be like, you got daddy issues? Nope. Oh, you got mommy issues? Nope. Oh, you like older men? Nope. So like now I start to look at different stuff differently, but yeah, I definitely could. To answer the question, I'm fucking with somebody if my family don't like them. I don't care. I'll be like, shit, we just dating, we just talking. But like I just said, if I get to talking about marriage, you have to be cool with my family because I'm gonna be around my family all the time, and I ain't about to not stop coming around because you acting weird. Like I'm not that type of person.
yeah, I agree. I do agree with that. I think, you know what I mean? Like I said, my big thing, I'm not gonna let my ego get in the way of like, okay, like yeah, you is on that 6 to like year month or 6 to like 9 or your probationary period, but at the same time, like if you in that situation and you don't meet none of my family members, that's a red flag on me. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a flag on me. So like I gotta do my diligence and like, you know what I mean? This is my aunt so and so. Like you can still meet my family, you know what I mean? You can meet, you know, Auntie Susan, or no, I don't got no auntie named Susan, like, you know, Auntie Tony, or like, you know, Auntie you know, whoever. So like then you can meet my cousin, you know, meet Cuzzo, or you know, my girl cousins. We can all chill out, hang out, go to the you know, eatery or whatever. We can do that. But like you gotta be able to like learn, like, hey, like, yeah, there's these things, like, you know, whether y'all like it or not, but like that trust thing, you know, trust really don't kick in for about like, you know, I took psychology. So like psychology, they say every 3 months you reevaluate your relationship. So after 3 months, y'all start feeling like, okay, like, do we really like each other? But at the same time, you like, okay, like we do, but like, you know, we just going through it right now. Then after another 3 months, you at 6 months now. Okay, like, is this real? You know, I like this. Like, maybe y'all might start thinking about either kids or like just y'all future maybe a year or two down the line. If you don't think about it then that relationship might be over. Now you hit that year mark, you know, that 6 double to the year. Now you're really thinking about, oh man, like, you know, it's been a year already. Like, how we gonna get through this? Or like some people, just like I said, they drag on that, like from at that 6 months of like, hey, like I really don't like care about you, like, but I'm gonna just be in it, you know, because like you buying me food every time we go out, you know what I mean? Like you take me shopping, get me some shoes, you know what I mean? I got a fresh outfit. Like people are materialistic, and so like, you know, they get into that mindset of like, okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm gonna be cuddling up with you, you know what I mean? So like I'm just chilling. I'm just here for the time. You know, I ain't got nothing else better to do. Like, you know, last year, you know, I was in the crib like with the homies. Like we wasn't doing nothing. We was worrying about like who we was gonna be with next. So like now I'm with the girl in the relationship. You know what I mean? Y'all intimate and stuff. So like now you got to figure out, okay, like, do you really like her, or are you gonna respect her enough to like, hey, like I really don't like you. This is where I see you as. Like, how can like we move forward if I don't really like you and you don't? If you do, you really like me? And that's really like the whole situation of it. Because you can break a girl's heart, like you can break a girl's heart like a month in, but like after like 6 months or like a year, you really gonna mess with that girl's mind and heart. So.
And that's what I was thinking as far as going back to G's question, could y'all be with someone your family doesn't like and vice versa? Because depending on, you know, let's say when y'all first started the relationship, whatever, your parents didn't like them, but they was cordial with it. And so it was like, okay, I can somewhat bring you around, not too often or whatever. But then over time, it escalated. So now y'all, what, a year and a half, 2 years in, and they just don't get along whatsoever. So at that point, would you end the relationship? Or what would you do? Because, you know, by that time, I assume that your feelings are involved, you know, y'all, whatever. It's more than just a superficial type of relationship. So, you know, once time passes and time goes on, but you realize like their relationship ain't getting no better, what would the outcome be? What would y'all do in that situation?
Ooh, it depends though. Like, I got to look at the pros and cons of the situation
Mm.
for real. Because like, if like see that it goes back to being from a dysfunctional family. Like, I'm gonna tell you like what y'all think about old girl, and then y'all gonna tell me, but I really don't care. I'm just asking to make y'all feel like y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all part of it. But whether y'all be like, she's a little busted, bro, or maybe like, you know, I don't like her attitude. I'll be like, nah, you right about that, but shit, I do. I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with her. So like it just really it just really depends on like the pros and cons, cause like when you raised with a family that really cares about you and is there for you, they're gonna and also that's another thing I was about to say. You have to be careful of people with hateful spirits, and you don't even think that it might be hateful, but it do be hateful. Cause like maybe you bring them around family that just like always want to bring up the negative. Like, you know, like them people when you start talking to somebody like, oh, he used to be in my inbox or she used to be in my inbox. Like, bro, I didn't ask you all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just said now I'm talking to old girls. So all that shit's irrelevant. But yeah, it just depends on what's being done. Cause if it's working between us, but it's not working between the family type shit, if we gonna keep going, dang, that would be hard though. Cause if it's working between y'all, but not y'all family, and you fuck with your family, that's a hard situation to be in. Yeah, I wouldn't even know to do with that one.
I mean, I think ultimately, first I'm gonna say, if my mom don't like you, I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just I can't do it. My mom, she know me better than I know myself sometimes, and I don't know if OG don't like you, I can't do it. Second, and this is more jokingly, but I can't bring nobody busted to my home because my family like to crack jokes. I'm sorry, like my family like to crack jokes, so that's not even boom. But I think it would be my family is pretty much, you know, accepting. You know, if I like them, they pretty much on board with me and my happiness. But I think what would be a little more difficult is trying to be with a girl whose family don't like me, if that makes y'all understand what I'm saying. Just cause like it's like dang, like especially if you're a man, you feel me, and it gets to that point, um, you like you know you gotta ask somebody for their hand in marriage if that's how they rock. I don't know if you know whatever the case may be, but if from the jump they don't like you and they continue not to like you, it's like, dang, like, do I even marry this girl? Like, it's kind of what you was talking about, like looking into their family. So I don't know. I think for me, as far as my family not liking a girl, you know, like I said, if mom dudes don't like her, she has to go. I'm sorry. But at the same time, if I'm trying to date a girl and her family don't like me, then it's kind of like that probationary period. Like, okay, I'm gonna feel the water, da da da. Show them, okay, yeah, I got my head on straight. And if they still not rocking with me, then I could find the door. And that's just what I'm on. I don't know.
Bet. So scenario. So
This is for me.
no, this for everybody. So
Okay.
scenario, because this is a real life scenario. I've seen this scenario play out. So you know what I mean? Like, let's say, I'm gonna say, so you know what I mean? Like, let's say there's a female and there's a dude. So female dude. So you know what I mean? They talking to each other, but you know what I mean? They hook up a couple times, and next thing you know, like they're like, all right, we really like, I like you, but like, I need some time. I need some time to think and stuff. Next thing you know, oh, dude started messing with your sister. Who's wrong in that situation? Is the sister wrong? Is the dude wrong?
See, look.
Who wrong?
I'm gonna be honest. Now, look, I'm gonna be real honest. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to change because I got daughters and shit, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a cheater though. I'll be 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, I'm the loyal, I'm the whole package. Nah, bro. I at a point in time, and still, I'm probably not even gonna lie now, I'm still not shit. But I'll be able to admit that shit. You know what I'm saying? But see, me though, even though it sounds crazy as fuck, I've always cheated with respect, if that makes sense. Like, I don't fuck with family, I don't fuck with friends, and I don't fuck with people because this is how you create psychotic, like, demon females, or in the other way, like a demon dude. You know what I'm saying? Or like, when you do stuff like that, bro, it flips another switch off. Like, I don't know how to explain it, bro, because I've tested that water one time and it didn't happen really well. So like, you have to like, it's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bad thing about it. But for me personally, like, yeah, there's certain lines that you should know not to cross unless you're willing to deal with the consequences, because it's gonna open up a can of worms that you can't close, bro. Like, that shit is just gonna go all bad.
Yeah, like, I mean, me thinking about putting it in reverse, like in that dude situation, I feel as though like I'm gonna look at it like, oh damn, like her sister's better than her, like damn, like then, or like her cousin's better than her best friend better than her. So then you looking like, well, we going through it, then you like slip through, and then it's like it ends up being a problem more than anything. And they the ones that was best friends, they the ones that was cousins, they the ones that was like really like relatives, as far as like they had that intimate relationship for years built on. So now you went in there and you basically separated it from that. So like I feel like personally, like unless they're weak minded and they really like don't know how to handle this situation, like you're gonna have to deal with broken windows, like flat tires, all types of stuff like that if you even go cross them waters. So what you think, Aja? So you know what I'm saying? Like somebody like you messing with a dude and stuff, and then he turn around and y'all take a break, but next thing you know, he with your best friend. What you thinking of that?
To me, okay, so if you're in a relationship and you're taking a break, to me that's already a setup. Y'all might as well either break up or stay together. To me, a break is just, I've never understood the term break. But to me, if my best friend, sister, whatever it is, we're supposed to have a closer relationship than me and the dude, especially if we on a break. So, I feel like at the end of the day, both parties are wrong because y'all both knew what y'all was doing. Y'all knew that in some way, shape, or form, I was still involved with him. But to me, the best friend, sister, cousin, whatever is more wrong than the male is. Because at the end of the day, males is going to do what they do. Males are attracted to whatever they're attracted to. They're going to act on their attraction. But as a female, you should be more, one, you should have more loyalty to me, I feel. And then two, you should carry yourself better. Why is you messing with somebody that one, ain't single, two, is messing with me as your sister, as your best friend, as your cousin, as your whatever? I don't know. I've never understood that when if a dude is cheating with somebody that you don't know, then the dude is at fault. There's no reason for you to be blaming the female because she don't got no loyalty to you. But if y'all have loyalty or a relationship of some shape or form, they're at fault because you know what it is, you know, especially like I said, if you know what it is, then they're at fault because you know what it is. So I mean, yeah, to me
Yeah,
they're
like
both wrong, but yeah.
exactly. I think it's different for males and girls though, because me personally, like if I'm talking, because this happen all the time. If I'm talking to a girl and fucking she ain't fucking with me, and then she start fucking with the bro, I'm not about to be happy. I'm about to be like, "What's up, sis?" You know what I'm saying? But I'm not about to be sad about the situation because I know girls choose up, and that's a part of life. Like I'm learning that like you can't really. And one thing is like, unless it's like a serious relationship, you don't own people. So you can't get mad when people like, you know what I'm saying, move how they move. You can't control that shit. But like I was just saying though, like if you really my homie and shit, and I'm over and if you really my homie, that means I've talked to you about this female. So
Mhm.
why are you gonna sit up here and let me vent to you, bruh, and then you about to go and then you gonna go fuck on her? Like to me, like in the lifestyle I grew up in, that shows my loyalty. Like, bro, if I can't trust you with a female, I definitely can't trust you if we in a shootout. I definitely
Right.
can't trust you if we gonna go be facing a lot of time in jail. So like
Right.
I've always looked at my life like that. Like if I can't trust you with your simple desire to want to have some pussy, and there's pussy everywhere. So if I can't trust you with this, then I really can't trust you with my life or like with other stuff. So I start to reevaluate my relationships when it comes to that, because they, like you said, they both wrong. They know what they was doing, and they know it just happened. Nah, everybody has a decision to make when choices is brought to you. So you made that decision.
Nah, I definitely feel you. For me, I mean, if I'm messing with Shorty and she tell me we need a break when we're already broken up, cause why would I don't know. I don't believe in that. Like we whether gonna be together and tough this thing out, or we just gonna go our separate ways.
Yeah,
And
that break is
then
just so people don't feel bad about cheating. Like, well, we technically wasn't together.
I'm
Like,
saying
shut
like
your ass up.
nah, like nah. But ultimately I just had to chalk that one up to the game on the females part. But I don't know. I feel like my bro definitely owed me a fade. I don't know. Cause it's just like I don't know, especially if you know like this is my girl, like I talk to her, we on the phone and you next to me, da da da, and you still like do that mission, like nah, I need something. I don't know.
But
I
see,
need
also
something.
too, yo, bro, because I've had this with my bros, and this is how we know we tight like that. Like, they'll come. I done came to the bro, and bro done came to me before too. Like, hey, I know you was fucking with old girl, bro, but you know what I'm saying? Because like me and my homies, we've always kind of like had the same kind of taste, except for the other bro, because he like big girls. But everybody else though, you know, we pretty much had the same kind of taste. So like we always used to, but we came respectful. It ain't like you gonna find out on like social media or through other people like, hey, cuz is fucking with old girl. Nah, I'm gonna come to you like, hey, bro, is that all done with? Or like, are y'all still like, fucking around? Cause if it's cool with you, bro, I'm gonna try to fuck with her. If it's not cool with you and you still fucking with her, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'll lay back, I'll show respect. And so that's all it comes down to. Cause like, I hate how people be like, on that like that fake shit where they be like, nah, bro, I'm not even attracted to your girl. Like, bro, if you got a fine ass girl, I'm gonna tell you, like, bro, your girl is fine. But I got such love for you that I'm not gonna cross that line. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just sit here and lie and be like, nah, I'm not. That bitch is ugly. Like, nah, bro, you pulled you a bad one. I ain't gonna lie. That's a keeper. But so it just really comes with like boundaries and shit. A lot of people don't have boundaries, and this new generation is really just about like self yourself. So nobody
Mhm.
really takes other people's like feelings and stuff into consideration no more.
Yeah,
Nah,
I definitely feel that. Like me personally, like I think that in those situations, like y'all said, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna ask bro, like, hey, like you still talking to her? Like, what's going on? Like, well, you know what I mean? Like she hit me up or we had this convo, whatever, and she, you know what I mean, I get this vibe. So like, what's up? Like usually bro gonna be like, shit, go ahead, like, you know what I mean? Like shit, see what happened. Like usually that's what bro gonna say, but I feel like in the flip side of the sis situation, like that shit ain't cool. Like, man, like I don't know what it is with like girls and stuff, but like just from my personal experience, like as soon as that happens, like y'all be blood sisters. Like y'all just got a vibe to each other that y'all don't give a fuck about each other no more. Like You know what I mean? Until y'all die, like y'all just not gonna care. Until like you in that casket, you not gonna start crying until then. Like just because like she took your dude, or like she you know what I mean? She pretty much, I don't want to say hold up, but like she hold up, like, you know. And then in that situation, like if I'm a dude and I see you mess with bro, I'm like, well, good luck. He about to dog you out too. Like shit, like good luck. Shit, hey, I hope
Hey,
y'all
but
have a happy life.
that's where that ego shit come into play too, cause like how you said, remember you just said bro would be like, go ahead, but deep down inside he like, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
you fuck
punching
with
the
head.
air.
So like your ego gets in the way because you like, man, I gotta keep it pimping. I can't allow it to let people see me sweat. So you be like, man, I don't give a fuck about her because you can fuck with her. But deep down inside, them little statuses where you be like, bitches say shit, you talk about her. You know what I'm saying? You still hurt. So
I'm
like,
saying.
so that's where that, like I just said, it's important to know who you are as a person. Like, bruh, if that shit's gonna hurt your feelings, tell the homie, like, hey, because then now y'all gonna have a weird relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be feeling like, dang, all the, like me, I always used to, like when I was with the bros, we would always approach girls. I realized the girl that I want usually never wanted me. So I would just approach like, well, which one of y'all like me? Whoever that is, I'm fucking with. So that we don't have like no, this, you know what I'm saying, this thing. But that's really important with the ego shit, because a lot of times, even you want to suck your pride up and be like, nah, I'm not gonna act like I care. And that ruins relationships too. Cause like when you really do care for a woman, but she may do some stupid shit or you did some stupid shit and you like, nah, man, I don't care. I'm keeping it pimping. When that's not really keeping it pimping, it's just you trying to portray yourself better than what you really is. Cause like this Asian dude, I forgot where I read it, but he said like you have three masks. One mask is the mask you show everybody else, which could be like your ego, the persona you created. Your second mask is who you show to like close people that know you. And then your third mask is the person that nobody knows, that's like you inside that like you don't let out. So like a lot of people, they third mask that they show the world be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna keep it pimping, you know, these hoes for everybody, but inside they really a simp. So it's like it's hard to like it's hard to play that when both you, your homie, or you and the girl and all them ain't on the same page. So you just gotta be on the same page for some shit like that to work.
Yeah,
Cause
I
I ain't
mean,
gonna lie. If you listen to like our grandparents or like people's stories, they be like, yeah, I used to fuck with your grandma's sister before I started fucking with her. Or your grandma be like, I used to fuck with your granddad's brother. Like they was out of pocket back in the day. I ain't gonna lie. So like that's just been happening forever. So it's really just like it's really about everybody being on the same accord to me.
yeah, I definitely you know, get that. You know, I think the bigger picture is like we all want to make the right choice in life in that situation. I think, you know what I mean? Like Tone said, if you do like end up messing with her, like you got to be able to like be like, hey, bro, you know what I mean? Like, let's talk about this shit, because you know what I mean? Like, I know, like, you might say, you know, you feel a certain type of way or you really don't care, but like, you know, deep down inside, like, you might, or you know what I mean? And like, if that's the case, like, you know, bros usually be like, man, I'll stop messing with her. Like, real talk, like, you know what I mean? I was just trying to hit, like, whatever. So I do understand that. Just overall, like, you know, in that situation, it might have been one of them like, hey, like I need a quick fix, like resourceful, like whatever. Like even the females like say that. Like I've heard plenty of females like he was just convenient. I'm like, damn girl, like you gonna treat him like that?
For
Like
real.
shit, like I mean it goes for both like females and girls. Like I know females that will do that. I know dudes that will do that. So it's just like however you want to put it, like you gotta have that communication factor. So you know, closing with Mark, what you got for us?
I mean, sure. No, I'm not even gonna say that because I'm not even in that space no more. You feel me? I'm trying to do better as a man, period. So yeah, you feel me? That was our podcast for today. We hope you all enjoy it. Make sure y'all leave a like and comment. But before y'all do that, make sure y'all go follow all of our social media pages. We got our Make a Chess Move Dash Macro. And then we got our Make a Culture Move. Then be sure to go ahead and check out our YouTube channel at Make a Chess Move Dash Macam. Check out our virtual artist storytelling, which is in the works. And then if you go to our website, www.makeachessmove.org, you will see 2 flyers. One is for our luncheon, which is tomorrow. And then another one is for our workshop that we got in the works. It's not just for females. Everybody can tap in, but make sure you guys tap into the workshop. You feel me? Speaking of that, the Macam Female Empowerment Workshop, March 29th through the 31st. Like I just said, tap in. And then our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest is all Macam 303. With that being said, again, you feel me? Luncheon is tomorrow, March 19th at Cross Purpose, right on Colorado Boulevard. And help me with it's something Allen, Richard Allen.
Richard
Right?
Allen
Richard
Court.
Allen.
Yeah,
There we go.
29th
There
of
we go.
Richard Allen Court.
There we go. So yeah, definitely come tap in. We're gonna put on a play for y'all. Of course, the chess tournament, and we got some merchandise that you guys can cop. And also, if you guys like to donate, make sure you tap into that as well.
And free
That being
food.
said,
Everybody love free
oh,
food.
facts, and it's free food. But yeah, with that being said, it's been your boy Mark J, homeboy Tom, homeboy AJ, and sister
AJ.
Aja. And y'all have a good day.
See y'all
Macam
tomorrow.